Hello, English teachers. Hey, check out this kid's ESL speaking activity. And the topic is on cool inventions. So my store is called Speak Up English Talk Resources, and I'm at the Teachers Pay Teachers website. I specialize in designing conversation lessons for kids, high school, and also adult learners. So take a look at how my lesson is designed. So this is a kids lesson, and I like to begin by making some warm-up conversations, right? So this is the warm-up slide. So it just ask your student, give them a choice. Would you rather send a letter or text your friend? And ask them why, okay? Now, if you notice at the corner here, there's a box. These are question prompts, and there are question prompts on every single slide. So they're meant to help you as a teacher to save you time, and so you don't need to think of questions to ask your students. You can just follow these prompts and you can just kick off the conversation like that. Another warm-up slide is another would you rather, right? So would you rather travel by horse and wagon or by car, and ask them why, right? And here is another set of question prompts. And then we dive right into the main theme of the lesson. So here at the top of the page is just like usually I have like one or two sentences, and you can get the student to read it, and this way you can check their reading comprehension skills, and also pay attention to their pronunciation, and if they can use the correct intonation when they read. What I notice is with ESL students, they don't pause when they come across a comma, or they don't stop when they come across a period, and they just keep reading. So you got to watch out for that and guide them to read properly in English. And then more questions at the bottom here. And then later, after that, and I compare transportation in today's age, right? So now, people can travel by bus, by car, by subway. And then, how you can ask your student, right? How long does it take you to get to school? And how do you get to school, right? Do you travel by car? If yes, then who drives you to school, right? Or do you take the school bus? And so forth. And then here, we talk about how in today's day and age, people travel by plane, usually on vacations and stuff. The next one is another example is in the past, books were copied by hand, right? They were handwritten, and it was slow and it was very expensive, and not everybody could afford books back then, right? And so here's a question, interesting question, right? How much time do you think is needed to hand copy a book? One of my students told me that it would probably take over a month to do so. And compared to nowadays, well, people can read online for sure, or they can have like ebooks, etc. Right? So I would ask the question, right? Do you prefer reading online or still reading a real book? And ask them why. Another example is in the past, in order to remember somebody or something, you gotta draw it, right? Or you gotta paint it. So ask the student, do you like painting? And look at this picture, right? And ask the student, how long do you think it takes to paint a portrait? And one of my students told me maybe like a week. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm not a painter myself. And then compared to nowadays, right? Now you can use a camera to take pictures. You can even save those pictures onto the computer and ask the student, like, do you like taking pictures? If the answer is yes, and what kind of pictures do you like taking? Do you like taking pictures of sceneries, plants, flowers, animals, people, buildings, whatever, right? And then another example, I have a picture of these people trying to move these heavy furniture up the stairs. And, so comparing in the old days, people had to walk upstairs and carry big items up the stairs. And now, and compared to today's day and age, people can, use the elevators, right? Take the elevators or take the escalators to go up and down, right? It's easy. And ask this question, right? Like where do you see elevators, right? Get them to brainstorm. And I have these foods that go bad, right? And talk about how in the past, right, food can go bad quickly, right? But now, you can keep them in the fridge, right? And they can stay fresh for days or weeks. So we don't waste as much food, okay? And ask your student, right? What do you store in your fridge? What do you put in your fridge? Okay. And here, in the past, kids had board games or they would just go outside to play. But now, kids can play, online, right? With their friends, play video games. Okay. So ask the student, like, do you enjoy video games? Do you play video games alone or with friends? Okay. And at the end there, I throw in this like these questions are like it's just for them to get them to imagine, right, and be creative. So here it's a question: if you could invent something cool, what would it be, right? And just get them to throw in whatever ideas they have. And the at the end of the lesson is a summary. So you can have the student give a summary of what they have learned and just talk about like just basically do a retell, right, of what was learned. So I will put my link in the bio, and you can go to my store, and for more lesson ideas, I do sell lessons individually, and they also come in packages. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.